Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in once again for a special G1 Climax edition of Chris Black's NJPW Report. I am, of course, your host, the natural Chris Black, one of the voices of the Saturday Night SlamCasters podcast and independent professional wrestler. And if you can't tell by now, I'm extremely excited about today's review. I am going over Night 5, which is hands down been the best night of the tournament thus far. Still very early in the tournament, but this has been the best night so far. All the matches, top notch, 4-star plus, and I'm not even exaggerating. But before I get into all the action and describe what all went down on Night 5, let me remind you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you are notified whenever new episodes are uploaded. Keep in mind, I'm going to be reviewing every single night of the tournament. If you haven't already, go back and listen to my review of Night 1 through 4. Now, let's get into the action. We start out once again with one of the matches by the Young Lions. We have the rematch from Night 2 with Tsuji taking on Gabriel Kidd. And if you remember, Tsuji got the victory in their last encounter. You know, as this tournament goes on, we're starting to see the strengths of each of the Young Lions. Tsuji is the powerhouse, and he has probably the best striking ability. Umura is the one with the technical ability and also isn't afraid to take to the air. Kidd is kind of a good mix of both, a jack of all trades, so to speak. And we get to see this play out during this match. You have a really good display of mat wrestling ability, with Kidd getting the upper hand. Except when Kidd attempts to test his strength against Tsuji, he starts to lose control of the match. When he couldn't overpower Tsuji, Kidd attempts to get into a striking match with Tsuji and loses even more ground. Tsuji takes control, slamming Kidd and delivering a running splash. He puts Kidd in that dreaded single leg crab, who is able to fight to get to the rope, and just as it looks like he's going to tap, he reaches it and the hold has to be broken. Tsuji tries to beat Kidd down with some more chops, forearms, runs at him, but then is taken down by a back elbow. Kidd, desperate to get a victory, catches Tsuji with a drop kick and delivers a beautiful butterfly suplex for the victory, 7 minutes, 41 seconds. Kidd was able to adjust his plan of attack once he realized trying to outmuscle Tsuji would probably not end in a victory for him. So hats off to Gabriel Kidd getting his win back from Tsuji. Can't wait till this Young Lion, I'm going to call it the C block. I can't wait to see more of the C block from the Young Lions. Hashtag C block. All right, getting into the tournament. First match, we have Taichi taking on Yujiro Takahashi. And is Taichi going to go 3-0? Or is Yujiro going to get his first victory? This match, once again, is heel versus heel, and no one does that better than New Japan. I got to admit, my first impressions of Taichi, when I first saw him last year competing in the G1, and he came out with the Phantom of the Opera mask and the lip singing, I was like, okay, this must be a comedy guy. It took all of 5 minutes to realize that this boy is not on no comedy. He is a serious competitor, and he will kick your ass if he catches you off guard. So, knowing how lethal Taiji can be, Yujiro attacks him with a cane before the bell started. He needed to get an early advantage, and Taichi was not even out of his entrance gear yet. I am not going to count Yujiro out during this match. He takes the advantage while he's on the ring floor, but Taichi, also not one to follow the rules, so to speak, grabs the timekeeper's hammer and nails Yujiro in front of the ref. Both are fighting dirty as he posts him headfirst and starts choking Yujiro with the microphone cords with the ref all up in his face. He rolls him back inside and starts choking Yujiro even more. Taichi starts to take apart Yujiro, kicking him and taunting him. Once again, Yujiro has no choice but to retreat to the outside and gains the advantage after throwing Taichi into the barricades and delivering a slop drop on the floor, dumps him back into the ring and drills him with a fisherman suplex. Taichi recovers and starts using that educated feet of his, kicking Yujiro in the face while in the corner, and drops him with the buzzsaw kick. Taichi tries to pile drive Yujiro, but gets bitten in the hand. As we all know, Yujiro likes to bite. Breaking the hold, Taichi rakes him in the eyes as both men stares each other down, starts trading boots to the face, and I'm going to suggest you don't go kick for kick with Taichi. Yujiro catches the third boot, forearms him, and starts asking for more forearms, but drops Taichi with another one before he could even swing. Yujiro, in control of the match, delivers an angle slam for a 2 count. Taichi was able to recover and deliver a snapback suplex to bring Yujiro down once again. Taichi snatches off his pants. Don't worry, folks, he has shorts on underneath. Goes for the super kick. Yujiro grabs his leg, picks him up, takes him down for another 2 count. Yujiro starts talking shit, goes for the pimp juice. Taichi pushes the ref, low blows him, rolls him up in a Gato clutch for the quick pin in 11 minutes, 4 seconds. Taichi wins another one. But there's an awful lot of dick kicks and nut shots in this tournament. In the next match, we have Jeff Cobb taking on Minoru Suzuki. Both men are tied right now with 2 points, with a record of 1-1 so far in the tournament. It's really hard to pick a winner between these two prior to the start of this match, so I'm not even going to pretend like I knew. I'm just here enjoying the ride. Suzuki goes to the mat, inviting Jeff Cobb to attack him, showing that he has confidence in his technical wrestling abilities. And in fact, it pretty much pays off because Suzuki kept Cobb on the defense while he tried to wrestle with Minoru. Suzuki gets an ankle lock on Cobb, but he's able to escape to the ropes. Cobb gets caught. Suzuki, again utilizing his wrestling ability, catches Cobb in the corner and put him in that arm bar where he's draped over the top rope, to get a little extra oomph. As the match spills to the outside, Cobb gets thrown into the barricades. Suzuki, like a madman, is on the attack as the ref starts to count both men out. Suzuki rolls back inside, continues his onslaught. Cobb slowly begins to gain the advantage after a hard shoulder tackle and finally starts using his strength advantage against Minoru. Cobb with the advantage until he was baited into trading strikes with the King. And there goes the laugh. We all know bad things happen when Minoru Suzuki starts to smile. He drops Cobb with a hard forearm, goes for the sleeper and the gotch pile driver, but is back dropped. Cobb gives 2 gut-wrench suplexes and attempts a third before Suzuki grabs him by the arm, but Cobb escapes, picks him up, and delivers a running power slam followed by a standing moonsault. He attempts a tour of the islands, but Suzuki manages to escape, grabs on to the sleeper hole, and then reverses it into the gotch-style pile driver for a rather quick win in 9 minutes, 25 seconds. Damn it, Cobb! How? Another one, but it's against Minoru Suzuki, so I guess I really can't complain. And Suzuki seems very pleased with himself after this match. Up next, we have Kota Ibushi taking on Tomohiro Ishii. Ishii desperately needs a win as he is now 0-2 so far in the tournament. Ibushi needs to be extremely cautious because Ishii at this point is like a cornered animal. Both men lock up. Ibushi is backed into the ropes with a clean break. Ishii, however, when he backs Ibushi into the rope, there's no clean break as he tries to chop Ibushi, who ducks, and then tries to kick Ishii, who also ducks. So the opening exchange is pretty impressive as both men showing that they will not be an easy fight. The opening exchange is very impressive with both men showing that this will not be an easy fight. They get in each other's face, trading strikes, which is not good for Ibushi, who is taken off his feet by a shoulder tackle by Ishii. Ishii starts to batter Ibushi with chops, backing him up into the corner, starts taking forearms by Ibushi trapped in the corner, and Ishii is just absorbing it like a sponge, and he gives another stiff chop, putting him down. Now, Ibushi is asking for more as Ishii keeps it coming. Ibushi gets that dead look in his eyes and starts to attack Ishii with kicks, taking the bigger man down. Ishii asks for more kicks and chops Ibushi with each kick. He finally takes the big man down, but not for long. Both these guys are running off of pure adrenaline as each attack is shaken off. They began to start open hand slapping each other. Ibushi, having enough, slaps the shit out of Ishii, bringing him down. Taunting Ishii once more, he sets up the Kamigoye, but gets 3 forearm chops to the neck in return. After a hard clothesline in the corner, Ibushi's got that dead look in his eyes again. Ibushi slaps him twice, hard. And Ibushi, he fucking punches him in the throat. Jesus Christ. Then he kicked him in the face, followed by a sit-down powerbomb. Goes for another Kamigoye, but is headbutt twice into the gut. Ibushi headbutts him back, but is given an enziguri, putting him back down. Now Ishii is pissed. He nails a lariat, thinks he's got the match won, picks up Ibushi for the suplex, but it's reversed into a high knee. Ibushi goes for the Kamigoye, but Ishii drops him with a stiff, I guess you want to call it an uppercut headbutt. He went from a kneeling position to a standing position and just headbutt the shit out of him. He follows this up with a sliding lariat for a close 2 count. Ishii picks up Ibushi. After some reversals, Ibushi hits a suplex and both men are now down. After some more slaps, Ibushi kicks him in the face and delivers a running knee for a very close 2 count. He once again tries for the Kamigoye, but Ishii escapes with a clothesline and another headbutt. But Ibushi hits the clothesline of his own, nails a V-trigger, and finally, after 4 attempts, he hits the Kamigoye for the win, 15 minutes, 42 seconds. Awesome match. Ibushi stood toe-to-toe, strike for strike with Ishii, and was able to walk away with the 2 points. While lying on the ground, Ishii, probably unaware that the match was over with, still slowly tries to punch Ishii as both guys are laying down, but is taken out of the ring by the Young Lions. All right, up next, we have Will Ospreay versus Shingo Takagi. Ospreay, man, he's got a different swag about him. They start off with a test of strength into a headlock. Then both men try to shoulder tackle each other, but no one goes down. Both of them flexing. Okay, so I understand Will Ospreay put some size on, but I don't recommend he try to go and outpower or outmuscle Shingo Takagi. It's probably just not a good idea. But after a really nice exchange with both men avoiding each other's attempts, they start getting the crowd going. Ospreay goes for another fucking handshake. What's up with this? Takagi, of course, declines because no one trusts a handshake in wrestling and gives him a knee to the gut, but is given a hurricanrana and rolls out. He takes his time to get back in and is met with kicks. He goes back to the outside, but moves out of the way of a crossbody as Will Ospreay crashes to the ground, and Shingo delivers an attitude adjustment looking move onto the floor, taking out Will Ospreay. When they get back inside the ring, Shingo starts to work on Will Ospreay's neck. Ospreay tries fighting back with forearms and chops, but Takagi nails him with a hard lariat, taking him down again. Ospreay is able to avoid a Made in Japan, hitting a stunner-like move on Shingo, and as Shingo is reeling, Ospreay takes to the air, taking Shingo off his feet with a backflip dive over the top ropes. He runs and hits a running boot. He puts Shingo up in a tree of woe, hits a drop kick from the opposite corner like a coast to coast for a very close 2 count. He hits a shooting star press for another 2 count. See, Will Ospreay needs to stick with the aerial arsenal. He doesn't need to try to outmuscle these bigger guys. Ospreay goes for an Oscutter, but Shingo shuts that down by catching him and taking him back down to the ground. Shingo picks Ospreay up on his shoulders and drops him onto the top rope, slingshotting him onto the mat. Ospreay manages to avoid another lariat and hits a power bomb, and then finally hits the Oscutter for another close 2 count. Ospreay picks up Shingo for the Stormbreaker, but he can't quite get him up, so Shingo powers out and hits him with a Made in Japan. Takagi is up again and connects with a running lariat, twisting Ospreay through the air like a rag doll. Shingo picks him up for a Last of the Dragon, but Ospreay is able to escape hits a poison Rana and goes for a roaring elbow, but Shingo headbutts him. Both men fall to the ground. As they get up, they start exchanging strikes, this time Ospreay leveling Tagaki with a very hard lariat. Tagaki ducks a hidden blade, but is still taken down by a roaring elbow. Shingo's able to recover and puts Ospreay on his shoulders, climbs to the top rope, and dumps him with a super DVD, and Ospreay kicks out after one. So these guys are going off of pure adrenaline as well. Shingo, pissed, nails another hard lariat, and then finally puts him down with the last of the dragon for the win in 22 minutes, 4 seconds. Holy shit, that was a hard fought match for both of these guys. Shingo definitely earned those 2 points. Good job, Ospreay, but better luck next time. All right, and in the main event, we get Kazuchika Okada taking on Jay White. And out comes first the self-proclaimed Mr. J1, Jay White, accompanied by Gato. I have been really enjoying Okada's matches, and I have been looking forward to this matchup since New Japan released the block lineups. Man, Okada's that dude, but I don't like his chances tonight against Jay White. I think Jay White is going to walk away with a dirty victory. And as always, when the bell rings, out goes Jay White. He gets in, locks up with Okada, takes to the ropes, and then Jay slides out with the break. As Jay White takes his time, he gets back into the ring, locks up with Okada, is taken to the ropes, and Jay slides out after the hold is broken. He gets back in the ring, and after another lockup, White takes Okada to the ropes and then tries to do the Okada clean break, which gets him an Okada forearm, and Jay White once again retreats to the outside like a scolded dog. Gato attacks Okada on the outside and runs into the ring with Okada following close behind. Jay White blindsides him, takes him back to the outside, and starts to punish him, slamming him into the ring and the barricades. Back and forth, back and forth. Jay slides in and waits for the ref to count Okada out. But of course, Okada is not going to go out like that. He rolls back in, and Jay goes after the lower back. And Okada, for the first time in this tournament, really looks like he's in trouble. Jay White mocks him with the come on claps. He's like, Jay White's such a heel. I love it. He continues to work the back, and I love when a heel picks a body part and starts to break it down. Okada is able to catch his second win and mounts a comeback against Jay White. He chases Gato up the ramp with White slowly behind him. Okada grabs both men and delivers a double DDT on the ramp. Okada then drags White back into the ring, tries to lift White up, but his back gives out. White senses that Okada's in trouble and drops him with a suplex into the corner. Okada finally finds an opening and they start to exchange forearms. Okada completely lays Jay White out with a hard forearm. Gato is up on the ring apron, distracting Okada again. It helps White gain the advantage. White does the Okada pose and tries to hit a Rainmaker, but Okada breaks that up, picks him up, and drops him with a tombstone before locking in the money clip. Jay White is able to get to the ropes, and Okada has to release the hold. After a really nice exchange of Okada picking up White for another tombstone, White able to escape, tries to hit a Blade Runner, but no, Okada escapes, goes for the Rainmaker, which White ducks, and then drops Okada with a Uranagi. Okada manages to get back in control and locks in another money clip before Jay White is able to escape, but is hit with a lariat as Okada locks the money clip on once again. As Jay White is fighting out of the money clip, he manages to low blow Okada while the ref wasn't looking. White motions for the Blade Runner, but is put right back into the money clip, which he is able to get behind Okada and deliver a weird looking German suplex, and then delivers the Blade Runner for the victory in 18 minutes, 48 seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, I called it earlier and I'm telling you right now, this is Jay White's year. On the mic, White thanks Okada for coming, but he's living in the past. In other words, he's history, and he puts over the J1 tournament. And that's it for night 5. Obviously, my match of the night was a very, very hard decision. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do Ibushi versus Ishii, or Tagaki versus Ospreay, or Okada versus White. And there's no easy way to pick this winner, but I'm gonna have to go with Okada versus White just because there's a whole lot of history between these two. I'm very sad that I missed out all these years of all of this great wrestling, and now I'm gotta try to play catch up. But yeah, match of the night goes to Okada and Jay White. Remember, people, this tournament is won by the person who gains the most points in their block. And the winner of the tournament is able to beat the other block's winner. So although there's no eliminations, those competitors who are still stuck at 0 points must feel a sense of desperation now, as their chances of winning the block is beginning to slip from their grasp. So guys, pick it up. You got 0 points, pick it up. I can't say that enough. And with that, that'll do it for today's episode. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, remember, I am covering every single night of this tournament. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell. You definitely want to be notified whenever I upload new episodes. And if you want to follow me on social media, links are in the description for my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And don't forget about the Saturday Night SlamCasters podcast. Give us a follow on our links to our Facebook and our podcasting host, Buzzsprout. And that does it, folks. This is the end of the episode. Stay tuned next time when I go over night 6 as we go through Block B. Once again, that doesn't mean it's the B team, but we'll be covering Block B, night 6. I'll be releasing that in the next couple of days. Till next time, all you New Japan heads, come get slammed.